Our team coverage continues from Duval County tonight. People in Ortega still wading through high floodwaters after Milton. In these new pictures, you can see these backyards underwater. And our Christina Burgess is live in Ortega tonight. Christina, I know you've been out there all day. What is it looking like right now?
Well, we did have the chance to drive around to different streets within or different Ortega neighborhoods. Right now we're on Lakeside Drive where the water has receded a little bit, but right behind me is a home that is just a single home on this corner, and it has been completely surrounded by water since we got here. And this is just one of the many streets in Ortega that have been experiencing some flood waters.
We came Monday night. It took a very long time.
6 hours is how long it took Susan Patillo to drive from Tampa to Jacksonville.
And we stayed with our son out at the beach at his house.
A safe place to stay as Milton swept across the state.
We normally don't leave for storms, but because this was so bad, just coming off of Helene, we thought it would be best to leave.
Now that Milton has passed, Patillo's got an update from a neighbor on her Tampa home.
We don't have power, but there was no damage, no flooding, no trees down, so we're pleased.
While Patillo's home back in Tampa might not be flooded, it's a different story for her friends who live in this Ortega neighborhood.
It's pretty typical for this road. It's kind of notoriously famous for flooding all the time.
Beeb Johnson grew up on Pirates Cove Road and now lives right across the street from her parents.
We're sort of used to it by now, but with the tidal situation, it's always you have to kind of watch all that.
Being no stranger to this, Johnson's family put out markers in the road so people can drive on a road they can't see.
We're on a curve, and if you don't know where you're going and there's not a marker, people will have a tendency to go in the ditch that's right there.
It's a similar sight seen throughout the Ortega area. And down at the yacht club, water in the street, almost knee-high. And a lot of water has receded on those different streets, but like I said, right here behind me, it's receded just a little bit. We've had the chance to see some cars drive through to show us still how deep it is. But again, this home is still completely surrounded from the steps all the way to the perimeter of that garage. In Ortega, Christina Burgess, First Coast News on your side.